This is the Hymer Van S500. It came out in January 2016, introduced at the Stuttgart CMT trade fair, and when I saw it for the first time I was very critical of it. My video has been seen so far by more than 50,000 people, and now I need to correct some of the things I said there. Maybe not correct, because they were based on my first impressions. And I've now had the opportunity to drive this vehicle for a week, and to a large extent my ideas have changed. Having said that, some of the things I came up with in the original film still are true. Now, one of the points is I wasn't certain whom this was directed, and now I think I've got a better idea. Now, when you look at the van, the problem is it's only 565 centimeters long, and the driving bit, the bit that's this dark blue, is a very large part of it. It is more than 1/3 of, it's getting up to 2/5 of the entire vehicle, meaning that just over 3/5 is the habitation area. Obviously you can turn the chairs around, but it's not much there to live in. One particular point is the nose. Now, even the Fiat Ducato nose sticks out a lot, but not quite as much as the Mercedes Sprinter does. Having said that, there are some really redeeming features, and what we're going to do now is have a look at them. Now, I'm going to walk around the outside of the van, and let's have a look at what we've got. Now, I'm going to start off here. It was open, sorry. I opened it in advance. There we've got the electrics, and below that we've got the battery. One thing that might interest a full-timer is this. There's 2 batteries in there at the moment, but you can see the space for another 2. There's plenty of space for a lot of power in there. So that is something, if you're off-grid, that'll do very, very well, particularly with a bit of solar on the roof, and you're laughing. It's the same in every vehicle, it's a toilet. Garage. Now, one of the problems obviously is that the garage is quite small, in as much as you're not going to get a bicycle in there. There is a bicycle rack on the back, and you look in here on the left, you've got the gas cabinet. There you've got access to the wardrobe, which is really tiny, and the lack of hanging space is a major problem in this vehicle. And going further down, you've got access to the boiler. Now, the lack of hanging space is something which I've given a lot of thought to, and I've got to come up with a couple of solutions. The first solution that I can think of is internally above the bed to make just a bar would be sufficient, somewhere to hang stuff onto. And whereas obviously it's not enclosed within a wardrobe, but that might be one answer. Another thing is to put a bar in here. Now, whether or not you want your clothes in the same place as some of the dirtier stuff that you're carrying around with you, such as your outdoor stuff, your cables and what have you, that you'd have to make a decision. Of course, they could be separated somehow, maybe via a partition of that, or something of that nature. Coming around to the other side, we have the other entrance to the garage, and again, it's, you can't get the bicycle in there, obviously it's too small, unless it was a folding bike. And that gives you see got there the Truma Combi boiler, and here we have a very good thing that releases the water, so you don't have to start searching for it under the vehicle. And there is the tap which the dirty water exits by. But I've got to say, for me, as a vehicle for use by, let's say, if you like to go camping, winter sports, something like that, skiing, then this is really a very good vehicle to do it in. It's so warm inside. If you're thinking of a vehicle, it's only two of you, because I mean, let's face it, there is normally only two of you. It would get you out. It's, you know, you can park it anywhere, and this is the advantage. I mean, when I look at some of the places I've parked at, I mean, you'd never get in there. You couldn't dream of it normally. Now, okay, this place I'm at the moment, this is the sort of place I normally have to park at, because there's nowhere else. But here, with this vehicle, city parking, no problem. There's a lot said for vehicles that have dual use, and as a daily car and for going away on holidays, I think that this would just about meet the dual use. One thing I'd have to say though, if you're full timing, long-term full timing, the lack of space may be a bit of a problem, but not necessarily. One person I think could manage okay. I think I could manage okay, although I tend to be a bit of a hoarder and I've got stacks of clothes which I never want to throw out, and the bicycle is also a little bit of a problem, but it's almost there, and if you don't have a bike anyway, then you don't have to worry about it. But I think this is a great car. Please see other films I've done on it. I've got lots of information about the Van S. I think it's a brilliant vehicle.